Hello Internet, this is Adam. It is Monday, August 31st, and on today's Hop on Hashtags video, I'm going to talk about a story that is absolutely huge here in Alaska. It's been making local news, it's been making national news, and that is President Obama's decision to change the name of Mount McKinley back to the name Denali. Now, why is this a big deal to Alaskans? Well, because Denali is actually a big deal here in Alaska. It is the biggest thing in our state, both literally and probably figuratively. The mountain itself stands over 20,000 feet tall. You can see it here from Anchorage, over 150 miles away. It is absolutely ginormous, one of the 3 tallest mountains in the world. And this whole time, since 1896, its name, its identity, its brand has been tied to somebody who never even stepped foot in Alaska, somebody who has no ties to our state at all. So how did this mountain even become to be named McKinley, if Denali is what it was called locally? Well, in 1896, there was a local gold prospector who heard that William McKinley was running for president and was going to be the Republican nominee, and essentially in a show of support for McKinley's campaign, started that process to name the mountain after McKinley. McKinley was a huge supporter of the gold standard. Obviously, gold prospectors loved that, so this was kind of a show of support for him. This was not a let's name it to commemorate a president. McKinley was not president at the time. So in 1896, that's when the name McKinley first surfaced for the mountain. And for so many years, almost every year, Alaska legislators submit a bill to try to get the name changed back to Denali, and almost every year legislators in Ohio block the naming change. So this is something that pretty much every year comes up in the news here, the name change for Denali. Every person locally wants it to be called Denali. That's what we know it as. You know, my family moved to Alaska when I was 3 years old, and the first place we lived, Trapper Creek, actually was only about 100 miles or so away from the mountain. In fact, some of the best views of the mountain are seen from Trapper Creek. So in my 32 years of living in Alaska, I don't think I've known anybody who calls it McKinley. Like, McKinley's kind of a joke name. It has always been Denali, the great one, the high one. That's what we call it. That's what we know it as. Now, a number of years ago, there was kind of concession made, so they changed the name of the national park to Denali National Park, but they still kept the mountain's name McKinley. So for us, this is just kind of a victory that we've all wanted to see for years here in Alaska, that the name is being tied back to what the state park is called, or the national park is called. So the name is Denali. We get the name back. I know that might not sound like a big deal to some people, might not understand why this is a big deal, but for us in Alaska it is. Can you imagine the Grand Canyon being called like Palin's Canyon? Right? Like, absurd. And that's kind of what it's felt like for us, that this mountain is named after somebody who, it's not like this is a person who fought for statehood. It's not like this is a person who had huge impact on our state. William McKinley was never here. No disrespect to William McKinley. He was a president, a great man, like, do some research, a really great man, but just, there's no ties to Alaska. There's no ties to this mountain. There's no ties to this land. So to have that back, for us, it's a huge deal. So excited that it is now Denali, what we have always called it. Obviously for us, nothing changes because we weren't calling it McKinley anyway. Yeah, so Obama's doing this kind of at the start of a 3-day trip to Alaska. He will actually be here in Anchorage today, Monday. Sherry and I are going downtown to have dinner and going to kind of see all of the festivities, hoopla, security going on with the president in town. So thank you for watching, and we'll see you guys on Wednesday with Matt's video.